This is the original. This is on canvas. And this one is the print. I mean, they are very, very, very similar. Hello everybody, it's Glenda with Shaking Hands Art with Fralins and Friends. It's not going to be as long tonight. I'm not going to actually do art, but I am going to show some. I am kind of worn out from yesterday, but it's not unusual for me. Alrighty. I did go ahead and run off a couple of prints. This is matte photocopy paper. It's for photos. It's not, I was expecting something like, you know, the heavier photograph that you get like from your kids when they come home from school or when they get their pictures taken at school. This is not that heavy a paper. But it does a good job as far as the print, and it dries fast. This is the original. This is on canvas. And this one is the print. I mean, they are very, very, very similar. So I'm really happy with how they printed out. And I'll try to center these better. Joe could help me with that. Because he's better at that kind of thing. I just kind of put it where I thought, you know, it would expect me to put it, but I think if I got it centered on the paper a little better, then when you do get it in a frame with maybe a cardboard backing or whatever, then it'll be, you can secure it better with, you know, the corners around the, just say this is your cardboard, you'd have more room around these edges, because at the bottom there's plenty of room, whereas this way, you know, if I had it more centered, which is what I'm talking about trying to do, if I had it more centered, you'd have the top and the bottom would have more room, you know, to go around that cardboard. So that's that one, and this is this one. And if I tell you the truth, the colors come out almost better on the copy than they do on the original for some reason. I want to get these right first. I want to, so that I can maybe even put one in a frame and show you how it looks framed. Because the whole 8x10 canvas is framed, so, or is painted, so that means that a little bit of this is gonna, you know, go in the, well, depending on how big your frame is, but so I'd like to do that just to show you how it's going to be. These are the mailers. This is what they are photograph mailers, and they have the self-stick here, so I can just pull this off and it will stick. And then it's got this is that's what you pull to open it. So I was surprised that all that was available on there, but I'm glad it is, because then it should be fairly easy to open and easy to seal. It's a self-seal. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you tonight. I did read into a couple of more chapters on Matthew, or in Matthew, if I think we finished chapter 8, chapter 9, if you want to read through that, it is, I don't know that I'll do a painting on chapter 9 because it's kind of an overview. Because John the Baptist is in prison at this time. And so he sends his disciples to ask Jesus if he is the one. More or less, that's what he asked them. Because he wanted his disciples to follow Jesus in the first place when Jesus was baptized. So then Jesus he was preaching, and he starts preaching to them about John and what John's role was and how important he is. And so there could be no other John the Baptist. And Jesus is the one. So I'm probably not saying it real well, but that is a lot of it. There's several instances of him healing and casting out demons. And the Pharisees, this is one of them where they try to say, well, this is a Satanist casting out the demons. And it's like, why would evil cast out evil? that makes no sense. And they're walking through a grain field, and they catch his disciples picking out some kernels of grain and eating because they're hungry. And the Pharisees say that's wrong. They're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath. Well, they do eat on the Sabbath. But Jesus, he mentions to them on that too, that David, when he was hungry, did go in and eat sacrificed food. And there's many references in there, but Jesus always comes back to them with have you thought about this answer? You know, he's not revealing himself yet because it is not time. That's what Easter is. We call it Easter, but that's what happens when he is crucified, and he knows when the time is. And so he knows when it's not time. But anyway, if you get a chance to browse those, and I know some of you aren't, I mean, I've got people from all over the world who are watching, and I love that. I know not all of you are Christian faith. Some of you may be. There's Christian people all over the world, and some even in nations who don't subscribe to Christianity or who forbid it. That doesn't mean they aren't there. But that doesn't mean that whoever watches me is. I just welcome all viewers. We'll put it that way. All partakers are welcome. And as long as you're civil, we love you. I love all of you. And smile and wave. Remember what I've said. The smile is friendly. The wave is acknowledging. There is a reason to smile and wave at people. So if we could get that going around the world, what would that do? Good night, everybody. And I will update you more on these prints, and I'll try to get one framed and show you what it looks like in a frame. Good night.